Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Polygon's price chart, and what we talked about in the previous video absolutely did not play it out, because I think in the last two videos I was constantly talking about at least having another face up in order to take this important high, and then I was saying okay, fair enough, we can get a move on the downside, and as you can see, even the previous time that we talked about Polygon, we absolutely got it wrong. Question: can we still argue that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? In my view, probably not, since the shape of this wave 4 doesn't necessarily now match with the shape of this wave 2 length and also timing wise. So what can be another likely scenario? I think now we should consider having, our wave 4 to about this point right in here. Let's just delete the waves, and then another very small move up into wave 5, and this can be an A, B, C, D, E in form of a triangle structure, and I really have a hard time believing that this point right in here is the end of our wave 4, since I'm not able to find a complete 5 wave from here to about this high into wave 5. And this, my friends, is why I'm considering having in here a triangle structure, and well, this actually changes the whole perspective on Polygon that we had before. You see, we can consider in here now many different counts. For example, one scenario, if you want to be optimistic, suggests that we are having a wave 1, correction for 2, and then we can expect good move up into wave 3, 4, 5. And now I am not, I think, able to tell you that maybe we're gonna have like another move up in order to reach to about this level, and then fair enough, we can have a move on the downside. I do not believe this is going to happen anymore. Instead, I'm going to argue whatever bullish scenario that we are considering in Polygon suggests that most likely in the next phase up that hopefully we are going to get, we are not going to get a rejection from here. Instead, straight up, we are actually going to get a break of it, meaning we're just going to go above it, do a pullback, and then a continuation of the move up. So I do not believe that in the next phase on the upside in Polygon, we are going to have a small move. No, most scenarios do indicate if we are truly bullish, in the next move, we are going to actually get a massive move up. Now, here's a very important point. If this scenario is truly in play, then okay, I actually need you to have your eyes on this unbelievably important high right in here about, let's say, 29 cents area. Now, why is this so important? Because if you want to be bearish on any chart from any market, then okay, you have to be able to find off of its recent highest high a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down if you want to say that this is, for example, the beginning of a new move on the downside. Now, in Polygon, assuming that soon we're going to get a move in order to take the high, okay, at that point, question for you, how exactly are you able to find from this point, the highest high, to about here, the lowest low, a 5 wave impulsive structure? From my POV, finding it is going to be so hard to a degree that is really not going to be anybody's primary case, nor it should be our primary case as well, suggesting, okay, this is probably a 3 wave movement, maybe like an A, B, C zigzag, suggesting, okay, indeed, we are having this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave scenario. And by the way, I forgot to tell you this, even this one can be on a higher degree into a wave 3, correction for 4, and another move up into wave 5, so on and so forth. You get the idea. Now, on the other hand, in Polygon, what you do not want to see is actually a continuation of this move down in order to take this important low down here around, let's say, 23 cents. Now, why is that important? Because that's actually going to confirm that in this phase we are having indeed subwaves for a beautiful ABC zigzag structure, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be like at that point 1000% bearish. No, at that point we're just going to say, even if we want to remain optimistic, once more building a bullish setup in the short term might take some time. For example, let's say another 2, or even if we are not that lucky, 3-4 weeks. So in Polygon, in an ideal scenario, we want to see a move up generally before we take the lows down here in order to take this important high. If we see this, okay, at that point, our bullish scenario is pretty much going to be confirmed. As long as we're not having that, let's be a bit more patient and careful and watch the current price action very closely. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Polygon's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.